Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to end of day stock market update. And this morning I was telling everybody, you can see my pre-market video. We were here around in the buy zone, and from here to neutral zone, easy 0.5% profits on S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. Also, you can see here pre-market update. We were here between first standard deviation and second. These green lines are support lines or buy lines, and red lines are sell lines. So easily from here also we made to the neutral line around 0.77%. So good trades. We had a very profitable trade, and I'll be probably looking to provide more updates to my subscribers throughout intraday going forward. So if you guys are interested, you can subscribe to my channel. It's only like $6 a month, and one trade can make subscription fees for the whole year. Okay, so the link is in the description. And again, let's go with the stock market update. So Nasdaq 100, you can see right now it closed in the middle, which is basically a neutral zone. S&P 500 also closed in the middle. So let's go to daily chart and let's try to analyze in a higher time frame where we think we are going. So let's go to SPY first. Today was dividends, so that's why it was flat. Today was a dividend day, so just kind of ignore that. So you can see here S&P 500. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see let me go to regular trading hours. You can see this gap here. It gapped down. So even if I go to SPX, let me show you SPX here. You can see this gap here, which is here. Let me add that here, which is around 4502. Okay, let's make it yellow. So this gap, first gap is around 4502. There's another gap here around, this is Fitch downgrade gap, US credit rating. So that gap is around 4575. These gaps will definitely be filled. We just don't know how and when. So it is possible we could have seen already the bottom here, this bottom in March. Sorry, not March. Sorry, I would like to say this bottom, August bottom. This could be possible. We already seen it. And if I go to daily chart, yeah, I meant this bottom here in August. And then if I go to daily chart from today's close, first gap is around almost 1% away, second gap is around 2.73% away. And that gap on triple Q, which is Nasdaq, you can see even on 1 hour chart on Nasdaq, this gap 377, another gap around 382, third gap around 385. So these three gaps from here, you can see all yellow lines, they will be filled. And from today's close, these first gap is around 1.7%, second gap 3.26, third gap around 4%. Okay, so if you go to NDX chart, because today was dividend day on triple Qs, but NDX shows no dividend. So if I go to 1 hour chart, you can see we also gap down here. So we can add another yellow line here, and this gap above was filled, so we can delete this. And you can see, let's go here, and you can see my two scenarios here. So looks like we are going for a second yellow scenario. So I'm going to delete this green line. So looks like yellow scenario is in place, and these three gaps are from today's close, all above around almost 4% away. Okay, and I also want to show you something on a weekly chart. Let's add another indicator to get an idea of what we are talking about. If we add this on weekly chart, you can see we are now going back towards between green and red lines. It's not always possible to go there. It's not for sure, but let me draw a path. So I think we're now getting ready. Either we're going to find support very soon, maybe go a little bit lower, and then we go higher. All right, so there's only one scenario. Possibly we might have already seen the bottom, or we might go just touch this green line again, make a higher low, and then go higher. All right, you can see in a bull market we always go between green and red lines on a weekly chart and then bounce. You can see here, also here, even if I go further away, you can see every time we come in between these and then bounce. So that's where we are now. We're in a bull market, and now we've already touched the green line. Now it's possible we could touch again. You can see sometimes we come back later on to touch again and then bounce. You can see we bounce here, lower high, and then again touch higher low and then bounce. So it is quite possible. You can see we can come back again. So let's see if that's going to happen. Week just started, and week is today's Monday. Week is still green. So don't rule out possibility of already the bottom is in and then we are heading higher. All right, so that's what I wanted to show you on daily chart. Let me again get rid of these. Let's add another indicator, all the moving averages here, and on daily chart, and you can see NDX is struggling to close above. So this yellow line is 50 EMA daily, and it's finding support here, and this red line is 50 SMA. Let me zoom in a bit. So yeah, so red line is 50 SMA and green line is 50 EMA. So it's between both lines, and there are multiple gaps up. So we really want to see a breakout. Basically, at minimum, I want to see price action go above this red line, which is around 15,311 right now. All right. And if I go to SPX, let's quickly check XP, or let's go, maybe we can check US 100, 500, which is also same. So you can see also finding support same where on 50 EMA line. Okay, so looking for higher prices on S&P 500 also. Sorry, this is wrong tool I got. So looking for higher prices on, this is future, so you won't see any gaps. But like I said before on SPY, looking for these higher prices. So from here, looking for these gaps. There are two gaps to fill, and also this downward sloping trend line, which is now kind of messed up because of I have to go to auto, and because of dividend, the whole setting changed. So I will fix this maybe tomorrow. All right. Let's keep moving. Dow Jones, you can see finding support on same thing, 50 EMA. This one as well. So looks like bottom is in. So it's getting ready. There are multiple gaps. Let's go to 1 hour chart. See, did we gap down today? No, Dow Jones was okay. And IWM also looks like, if I go to daily chart, it's making a slightly lower low, but should not be that. Yeah, Russell 2000, it's finding support on this 200 EM. You see this blue line, dark blue line. I don't know if you can see it clearly. I will zoom in. You can see finding support right a little bit lower than this 200 EMA. This is because of, no, there's no dividend here. So just looking to find support here. Let's look at US 2000, and it is kind of actually below that. But let's go to 1 hour chart and see if we can see any divergences. Let me go to auto and let me hide these EMA lines, and you can see here we are making divergence. You can see making a new low with higher momentum on not on PPO but RSI showing higher momentum. Let's quickly look at US 100. Same thing. You can see Nasdaq 100 futures new low with higher momentum on PPO and RSI. So higher low, lower low in price, and even S&P 500 new low in price when higher momentum. All right. So let's go back to daily chart and let's go to gold now. And gold is finding resistance and then sold off, now making a higher low, again coming back to the resistance point. Maybe it will make a new low. Let's see. So we have to adjust this. So I think my expectation is to fail here, fill this gap and then go higher. All right. And then silver looking, you can see very nicely came to this support zone. I can delete this, and then you can see holding the support very nicely and now going higher. So very nicely followed this green line so far. So let's see how silver acts. Natural gas again on this nice support line. Any buy the dips, very bullish move today. Look to buy all the dips. Crude oil in the resistance zone. This is where it should be looking to sell. So I think crude oil is almost getting ready for probably a little bit of cool down. You can see going higher on lower momentum on PPO and RSI. You can see what's happening here. PPO is going lower on 1 hour chart. Even RSI is going lower on 1 hour chart. You can see here. All right. So we should expect a little bit of cool down on crude oil. Dollar again finding resistance where it should. So big resistance area. So looking for this to go down. And Bitcoin, a very massive move today, and it's following this green line, and you can see green line on PPO is above red line, and I have green dots, so everything is good, nothing changed. So keep looking for higher prices as long as I have my indicators are saying the same thing, green dot, and so everything is looking good. Let's quickly look at indicator here, and let's see Nasdaq 100. This is showing red dot, so that's a bit of concern. But this can always change. Okay, if it's followed by a green dot right away, it's also on support. You can see triple Q is right on support. I just wanted to quickly check Nasdaq again, so you can see right on support, so we can bounce anytime from here. You don't want to short on support. All right. And Apple finding support on this and looking nice and ready for another nice 1.6% up. So looking for higher prices. Tesla again, there's a gap fill here, again 248. Will it come down? And also this support trend line. So let's adjust this slightly more. So let's see if it's going to come all the way down to the support. Let's see. Microsoft gap down, and now there are gaps above and still not able to go above this trend line. So wait for it to go up above this trend line to be bullish again. So far it looks like it might be making another secondary trend line. So why don't we make something like this? So you can see one support, two support, three support. We'll go with this. Google looking nice and bullish, so nothing changed. So buy the dip, so nothing to worry about. Meta kind of flat and looks like it's also trying to broke this trend line, but this trend line is not the cleanest, but let's go with it for now. If it recovers, that's very nice. Amazon also holding this trend line, so buy the dip. And this gap is here around 138, look to buy dips on this gap. Netflix close CRUDE, but I want to see divergences. Let's go to 1 hour chart. Starting to build slight divergence. You can see price is going lower. Got a green dot right at the end, so I want to see some more momentum building up on daily chart. So most looks like this gap around 380. It's going to come down, fill this gap before it goes higher. Snowflakes, no gaps here. Most of the gaps are up, so don't be too bearish on snowflakes. NVDA looks like this gap is filled, so let me delete this 1 hour chart gap. Now there are multiple gaps to the up. If I go to daily chart, this huge gap here, I don't know if it's going to be filled soon, but let's see, we might get a bullish move soon. AMD right on the support zone where you should be finding support. You can see nice support line here, so looking very good here. All right, and let's quickly look at commodities. Copper by the dip. Palladium again in the support, coming close to support. This very solid support here, nothing changed. Wheat again coming back, maybe again in the massive support area. Okay, so this is where you want to buy on support. Corn still going lower, but on higher momentum on PP and RSI, so nothing changed. Soybeans breaking down, that's not a good news. So, but there's also this another support here, like you can see this whole area. It could come all the way down. This whole area is a massive support, so let's go with that for now. Let's see if it's going to come and find support in this box. We'll go with that. Sugar making a new high on lower momentum PP and RSI, so be very careful if you're in profit. Look to take profits. And gold miners going higher. 1 hour chart, gaps, multiple gaps, so buy the dip. If it comes back, fill this gap, look to buy. And let's quickly look at sectors. XLK looking for gaps to fill. XLE looking buy the dip. XLV healthcare, let's go to 1 hour chart, fill this gap, so delete this. There's also gap at the bottom, so it can come down, fill this gap. Also this support trend line is also here, so look to buy on that trend line. Utilities, XLU, if it comes back to the support, look to buy. Industrials also coming very close to the support here. Real estate sector right on the support line, this is where you want to buy real estate sector. And XLF also coming very close to support. There's a gap around 34.32, look to buy there. All right guys, again don't be too bearish, looking for these few gaps which I told you, triple Qs and SPY at the beginning. Go watch my videos if you're not sure, and have a good trading day tomorrow. Bye.